Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big stories happening right now. And topping the list for us, a damp, gray day. We do want to get you up to date on what's going on as far as the forecast. Ken Weather's been monitoring everything for us over in the Storm Center. And Ken, again, the clouds rolling in. And
yeah, we've had scattered showers, even a few rumbles of thunder across the area for today, Bo. Really now it's just kind of that gray, thick overcast that we're seeing across the region. That's downtown Knoxville from our Embassy Suites hotel camera looking back towards the west. We also have some scattered showers in and around the region. Let's take a look at the computer. You can see from downtown Maryville, actually. We're looking back towards the Maryville College campus. Don't see any rain falling in the picture here, but there have been scattered showers around the region. I'm glad we're kind of in a bit of a lull across the area because a lot of graduations and graduation parties going on across the region, but there is some light to moderate rain right on the Roane-Anderson County border back towards the 40-75 split in Loudoun County, and that's pushing to the north and east. This is some very light drizzle in and around the Maryville area. So we're going to see that over the next couple of hours the way it looks, but rain chances will taper off pretty quickly once we're past sunset into the early morning hours on Saturday, but rain chances go right back up by the time we get into Saturday afternoon. Overnight temperatures upper 50s and low 60s for most. And then, as I mentioned, through the day tomorrow, rain chances go right back up, especially after lunchtime into the evening. But I don't think the weekend will be a total washout, Bo. I'll explain more about that coming up in just a minute.
All right, Ken, we'll check back with you. Well, a big announcement from Planned Parenthood 2.5 years after the fire that you see behind me destroyed the group's Knoxville clinic in what turned out to be a case of arson. Planned Parenthood says it will now reopen on Cherry Street this summer. Planned Parenthood's regional branch CEO says August is the target for seeing patients once again, with an official reopening in September. So far, $3.5 million have gone into the new building. Leanna Hinchy went to the Knoxville Planned Parenthood for cancer screenings before the fire and is looking forward now to the return of the clinic for its affordable health care options.
When I didn't have insurance, that ended up being cheaper than going to like the health department. And so I ended up, for all of my dysplasia cancer screenings, I went, and then for birth control, I had PCOS.
We should note the Knoxville Planned Parenthood will not provide abortions once it reopens due to Tennessee's abortion ban, but it will resume its other health care services. Another big step in a horrifying child abuse case. Michael Gray Jr., son of the two people who pleaded guilty to murder and the deaths of their adopted children today, taking a plea deal himself. Gray will now spend 1 year in prison plus 7 years on supervised probation. The specifics read out in a Knox County courtroom, or read out in a Knox County courtroom today, with Gray pleading guilty to criminally negligent homicide in the death of his adopted brother Jonathan. The other felony, abuse of a child under age 8, is for what happened to another adopted sibling, Sophie Gray. Now, he's also pleading the misdemeanor child abuse of 2 other unnamed adopted siblings. Gray's mother and father pleaded guilty Monday in a Roane County courtroom to murder charges over the deaths of those adopted children. Their pleas, meaning both will spend the rest of their lives in jail. Now, these plea deals, well, filled out our understanding of the treatment of the children adopted by the Grays, kept in a filthy basement, sometimes with little or no food, 2 of them passing away, buried at the couple's homes, one in Knoxville, the other in Roane County. A few more answers in a deadly plane crash for you tonight. It killed a Michigan man and scattered debris over the Claxton community in Anderson County last month. The National Transportation Safety Board has now released its preliminary report on the April 12th crash. As you may remember, the crash happened around 4:45 on a Friday. That's when people in the Claxton area started calling 911, claiming that aircraft parts and luggage had landed in their yards. Well, after a short search, first responders were able to locate the main fuselage of the aircraft, including the cockpit in the woods behind Gadsden Town Lane, just off of Clinton Highway. Deputies found the pilot, James Scarlett, in the wreckage. He was pronounced dead at the scene. According to the FAA, Scarlett had departed McGee-Tyson Airport around 4:15 that afternoon, headed home to Grand Rapids, Michigan. The recovered plane was taken to Atlanta for investigators to then examine. And according to air traffic control, the pilot was cleared to climb to 10,000 feet and departed the airport without issue. But during the climb, the pilot reported that the airplane was accumulating moisture. A short time later, the pilot declared a mayday as the plane started to go down. Now, a witness reported hearing what sounded like a car over-revving, looked up and saw the airplane falling out of the sky, quote, twirling to the ground. Debris was found littered over a 2-mile area. After examining the debris, the NTSB tells us the flight control cables were twisted. That's a sign of an overload. The stabilator was also broken in two, most likely due to impact. The agency still, though, has not released a definitive cause of the crash. Big lawsuit is back on track. State Supreme Court deciding not to review a Knox County couple's legal fight over religion and adoption services. As we reported, Elizabeth and Gabriel Rutan Ram are suing Holston United Methodist Home for Children, a state-sponsored adoption agency in Greenville. At first, the children's home agreed to provide foster and adoption support services to the family, which the state requires as part of the adoption process. Then the agency reversed course, rejecting the couple because of their Jewish faith, pointing to a 2020 state law allowing a denial on religious grounds. Well, in 2022, a lower court said the Rutan Rams and other plaintiffs joining them could not sue. An appellate court overturned that decision last August, and now the state's highest court has decided not to review the case, meaning the lawsuit can go to trial. An advocacy group, Americans United for Separation of Church and State, has been supporting the couple's lawsuit. The group's president writes in a statement, quote, "This loving couple wanted to help a child in need, only to be told they would not be served by a taxpayer-funded agency because they are the wrong religion." Crossville, in the middle of one of the biggest developments the city has ever seen. This week, city council members approved the plans and construction for a new $39 million recreation facility right in the heart of downtown. The new center, a joint operation with the YMCA, will be coming right off of Main Street. City council members voted to pass multiple resolutions, bringing the new facility one step closer to reality. The new facility will feature an indoor swimming pool, a gym, exercise rooms, meeting spaces for local organizations, as well as child care facilities. But as Councilman Scott Schenck says, anytime you are dealing with local government, the process, well, can be a long one.
Moving. The city of Crossville owns the land. We have an architect, and they've been working on plans now for probably 4 or 5 months. Contractors in place. Financing is just getting started, but that's motion was passed to get that moving. So everything is moving forward, and finally. It just takes a while.
Councilman Schenck said at the council meeting there was an outpouring of support from the community to see the new center. He says a lot of people are moving to the Crossville area, so the new center is coming just in time. Hey, we wrap up the Big 7 hearing from Carson Newman University tonight after 2 of its students were mentioned in court paperwork coming out of an investigation into a scheme designed to let foreigners do information technology work or IT work as if they were actually here in the U.S. Federal search warrants show a house on King Street in Jefferson City was searched, as was a dorm room inside Burnett Hall at Carson Newman. According to documents, the schemes involved defrauding over 300 U.S. companies using U.S. payment platforms, online job site accounts, and proxy computers in the U.S. Applications for the warrants claim the 2 locations are occupied by Carson Newman students, one a Ukrainian graduate student here on a student visa, the other an undergrad from Columbia. Now, Carson Newman is now responding, saying, quote, Carson Newman was previously made aware of a federal investigation. Carson Newman has cooperated with law enforcement officials as the case has moved forward, and as such, the university defers all other related inquiries to the FBI and the Justice Department, end quote.